Oh no, y'all, this ain't clickbait, this is chaos. The streets are talking, the blogs are screaming, and Atlanta just collectively clutched its pearls because T.I. has finally broken his silence on King Harris' terrifying situation. And when I say scary, I don't mean lost his iPhone scary. I mean the kind of scary that has even his haters saying, wait, hold up, this might be real. The self-proclaimed king of the South is usually too busy counting royalties and correcting grammar to entertain drama. But something about his son's latest controversy hit different. The man went from expeditiously to emotionally in seconds, and it's sending shockwaves across the internet. King Harris, the rapper, the rebel, the viral wild card, found himself in another storm that spiraled out of control so fast. Even TMZ needed a seatbelt. And this time, T.I. didn't just react. He exploded. We're talking fatherly frustration, family secrets, and a message so raw it made even the tough guys go silent. If you thought the T.I. versus King saga was over, buckle up. Cause what just happened makes their restaurant argument look like a Disney episode. This is serious. This is shocking. And this might just be the breaking point for the Harris dynasty. It all began like one of those late-night rabbit holes that the internet just can't ignore. One second, King Harris was live on Instagram showing off his jewelry and laughing with friends. The next second, that laugh turned into chaos. The kind of chaos that makes you clutch your phone and whisper, "Oh, this ain't good." The clip spread faster than a rumor at a family reunion. King, the son of rap royalty, was caught in what fans are calling the scariest moment of his young career. No fancy cars, no studio lights, just flashing sirens, yelling voices, and a 19-year-old trying to prove he's tougher than Atlanta traffic. At first, nobody knew what happened. The video was shaky, grainy, chaotic, like a low-budget action movie filmed with bad intentions. But one thing was clear, King wasn't backing down. He was yelling, pacing, and saying things like, "Ain't nobody gonna try me," while people around him begged him to calm down. Within minutes, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube lit up like a Christmas tree in hell. Fans were tagging T.I., Tiny, and even random cousins asking for answers. Memes, theories, and fake news were dropping faster than mixtapes in 2012. Some claimed King had been jumped. Others swore he'd been caught in a dangerous altercation at a local event. One gossip blog even claimed he'd been set up by someone close. And while the world was speculating, T.I. was silent. Now, silence in the Harris household isn't normal. T.I. usually has a word, actually. 50 words for every situation. Whether it's a political rant, a family feud, or someone misusing "they're" in a tweet, the man loves to talk. But this time, nothing. Not a post. Not a caption. Not even one of those cryptic, "the truth will reveal itself" quotes he usually drops. When things get messy, that's when the internet started panicking. If T.I. quiet, one fan wrote, then something serious went down. Another added, "Y'all, this man ain't quiet since Obama was in office. It must be bad." And they were right. Because what was brewing behind the scenes wasn't just a father-son disagreement. It was a family explosion waiting to happen. Let's rewind for a second. King Harris has always been the wild card of the Harris dynasty. Part rapper, part reality star, part walking headline. From getting into arguments on Love TV to clapping back at trolls, King's never met a camera he didn't argue with. But recently, his behavior had fans raising eyebrows. Late night lives, bizarre rants, beefs that popped up out of nowhere. It felt like something deeper was boiling under the surface. Tiny, always the peacemaker, tried to keep things calm. She posted subtle family pics, wholesome captions, and tried to maintain the "we're good" energy. But her eyes in recent interviews said otherwise. "You know that look, the I'm tired of covering for these men." Then came the leak. A behind-the-scenes clip surfaced showing King getting into an intense argument with security at an Atlanta event. The audio was muffled, but you could hear one line clear as day. "Y'all think 'cause my daddy famous I won't stand on business?" Boom, that line set the tone for the internet's next obsession. Suddenly, everyone was dissecting King's words like it was a rap lyric from Paper Trail. People started wondering if King's behavior was less rebellion and more a cry for help. Because let's be honest, when your dad is T.I., one of the sharpest-tongued rappers in history, and your mom is Tiny, the queen of Southern soul, expectations aren't just high. They're stratospheric. That pressure turns family dinners into full-blown Therapy sessions with cameras rolling. And here's where it gets wild. Some fans believe King's outburst wasn't random. They think he's been trying to break away from his parents' shadow for months. "He don't want to be Ty's son no more," one fan tweeted. "He want to be king, period." But Fame doesn't care about independence. Fame loves family drama. By now, blogs were posting titles like King Harris spiraling and CI family in crisis mode. YouTubers were making hour-long videos breaking down the rise and fall of King Harris. It was like watching an entire generation of content creators feast on one teenager's pain. Still, no word from T.I. until the night he finally snapped out of nowhere. T.I. went live. No publicist. No notes, no script. Just him looking furious and fed up. The first words out of his mouth: "Enough is enough. I tried to handle this off camera. I tried to protect my son. But y'all keep talking like you know what's going on." That was it, the soundbite that shook the internet. Fans had been waiting for his voice, but they weren't ready for that tone. This wasn't celebrity dad T.I. This was Atlanta father who's had it up to here. T.I., he looked exhausted but determined. "I'm not finna sit here and let y'all destroy my boy," he said. "He made mistakes, yeah, but who ain't made mistakes? Y'all act like he's supposed to come out perfect 'cause he my son." Boom, every blog, podcast, and TikTok page replayed that clip like it was a national address. But the real kicker came next. T.I. paused, leaned closer to the camera, and said something that no one expected. "It's deeper than y'all know. My son been dealing with some real-life situations. And if y'all knew half of what was happening, you'd be praying for him instead of laughing." The internet froze. Praying? What real-life situations? Nobody knew, but the tone said it all. Whatever King was going through wasn't just internet drama. It was serious. That single statement turned a trending scandal into a nationwide conversation. Suddenly, fans weren't just dragging King. They were dissecting the entire idea of celebrity parenting. Was T.I. too strict? Too lenient? Was Fame the curse or the cause? And while the think pieces flooded timelines, King finally resurfaced. He didn't apologize. He didn't explain. He just posted a single story, a photo of him sitting in a studio, head down with the caption, "Ain't nobody understand till it's too late." That cryptic line sent shivers down people's spines. It sounded like heartbreak or a warning. Now fans were divided. Some said it was a publicity stunt for new music. Others swore it was a cry for help. But one thing was clear: T.I.'s calm. Collected silence had cracked, and his words hinted at something much darker. Beneath the surface, whatever King was caught up in wasn't just bad behavior. It was something scary. And as the internet tried to piece it together, one thing became painfully obvious. The Harris family, once the picture of fame and unity, was fighting a battle the cameras weren't supposed to see. Because when your son's cry for help turns into a viral moment, and your reputation turns into a storyline, how do you protect your family and your pride? T.I. had spoken, but the real question was, had the world even heard him? And just when you thought this couldn't get worse, the story took a twist so wild. Even the haters had to pause and say, wait, what did King just do now? If part one was the ignition, what came next was the explosion. The internet officially lost its mind. Within hours of T.I.'s emotional live, clips flooded every corner of social media. Twitter threads turned into dissertations. TikTokers were breaking down T.I.'s facial expressions frame by frame like crime scene analysts. One viral post even read, "T.I. said pray for my son, that means something serious went down. Forget gossip, this feels like a cry for help." And they weren't wrong. Because not even 24 hours later, new footage surfaced that made this story spiral from family drama to Netflix documentary in the making. It started as a shaky video posted by a bystander, King Harris scene, arguing with someone in what looked like a parking lot. The audio was muffled, but the energy? Nuclear. You could hear shouting, slamming doors, and King yelling, "I told y'all not to play with me." The clip ended abruptly, but that was enough. Boom. It went viral again. Suddenly, fans were piecing together timelines, matching outfits, and connecting every detail like they were building an FBI case. One user wrote, "Wait, This the same hoodie he was wearing in the first video. That means this whole thing happened back to back. Another chimed in, something's off. He looks paranoid, not proud. He looks paranoid, not proud. It wasn't just drama anymore. It was a man unraveling in public, and his famous father trying to hold the seams together. Meanwhile, celebrity blogs had a field day. Headlines like, T.I. begs for prayers as King Harris faces dangerous situation flooded feeds. Some outlets even started speculating that this wasn't just about street beef, it was about mental health, pressure, and pain. But the internet doesn't do sympathy, it does spectacle. Memes started popping up faster than facts. One showed T.I. looking stressed, captioned, T.I. be like, I said king of the South, not king of chaos. Another read, T.I. taught him vocabulary, not volatility. Brutal but viral. Still, between the jokes, something real was emerging. This wasn't a spoiled celebrity kid acting out, this was a young man drowning in expectation. King wasn't just T.I.'s son. He was the heir to a legacy built on power, discipline, and public perfection. But when perfection cracks, the whole empire trembles. T.I. returned to Instagram later that night with a calm that almost felt eerie. Sitting in his car, he spoke softly, but his words hit harder than a diss track. My son's grown now. I can guide him, but I can't control him. You raise your kids, you teach him right, and then the world tests everything you taught him. He sighed, eyes tired. This ain't about fame no more. This about life. Fans flooded the comments with support. You a real father, we praying for y'all. You handled that with class. But just when everyone started applauding T.I. for his poise, King jumped back into the picture and detonated the piece like dynamite. Out of nowhere, King went live again, and this time he wasn't calm. His voice cracked with anger, frustration, and pain. Everybody got something to say about me. He shouted, they don't know what I go through. I ain't perfect, but I'm real. I ain't fake like half y'all watching. The live racked up over 500,000 viewers in under 10 minutes. Tiny popped into the comments begging him to just log off, baby. T.I.? Nowhere to be found, at least not in the chat. King went on, pacing, his chain swinging under the harsh light. I love my family, but y'all don't see what happened when the camera's off. Y'all don't see the pressure. Y'all don't see what it's like when everybody expects you to be perfect just cause you're daddy famous. It was raw, emotional, and chaotic. Exactly the kind of moment the internet eats up. Viewers were torn between empathy and exhaustion. Man, this ain't entertainment no more, one fan said. This boy needs help. But others couldn't resist the drama. He talking like he on a bet special, another joked. Somebody get Tyler Perry on the phone. As the live ended abruptly, rumors started circulating that T.I. called King privately and told him to stop feeding the circus. Within hours, screenshots of alleged text messages between father and son began floating around. Messages where T.I. reportedly wrote, I love you, but you making it hard for people to see that. Fans were speechless. This was no longer a PR issue. This was a father fighting to protect his child's soul from the spotlight. Then came the twist. A leaked report claimed that the scary situation T.I. mentioned in his live wasn't metaphorical, it was real. Word spread that King had allegedly been caught in an altercation involving dangerous individuals, and T.I. had been quietly handling the fallout behind the scenes. Suddenly, T.I.'s plea for prayers didn't sound like celebrity drama. It sounded like desperation. The internet went from clowning to concerned overnight. Even major outlets like Complex and XXL covered the story with unusually sympathetic tones. T.I. opens up about fear for his son's safety amid rumors of real-life threats. Still, in classic internet fashion, half the crowd cared while the other half craved more chaos. The comments under every post were split between compassion and conspiracy. Man, fame messes people up. He need therapy, not attention. Not this feel like promo for a new single. Because of course in 2025, no one believes anything is just real anymore. Then, just when the storm seemed to quiet, Tiny broke her silence. She went live with the calm energy of a mom who's seen too much. Her tone was gentle, but her message was heavy. We love our son, she said. But y'all gotta stop acting like this family don't go through what everybody else go through. Just cause we got fame don't mean we don't got pain. The internet melted. Tiny, the heart of the Harris family, was visibly emotional. fans rallied behind her. "Tiny holding it down while the men go viral," one fan commented. Another said, "She the glue." The internet don't deserve her. Her words hit differently. For years, the Harris family had been Atlanta royalty, polished, perfect, unbreakable. But now, they were human, messy, flawed, and in that vulnerability, the world couldn't look away. Still, even as sympathy poured in, T.I. couldn't hide the pain behind his eyes. Paparazzi caught him later that week walking out of his restaurant, shaking his head at reporters shouting questions. "My son's alive," he said simply. "That's what matters. Everything else will fix it." The clip went viral instantly. You could feel the exhaustion, not the fame fatigue, but the father fatigue. But as the dust started to settle, a new wave of drama rolled in like a bad sequel. A podcast released a preview for their next episode titled T.I. and King Harris, Fame, Family, and the Fall of the Hustle Empire. And in it, a source close to the family claimed that T.I. was considering sending King away from Atlanta to refocus. Fans were floored. Was this the last straw? Was T.I. ready to pull his son out of the spotlight completely? The internet waited with bated breath for T.I.'s response, and when it came, it wasn't what anyone expected, because instead of clapping back, instead of going live, instead of dropping his usual intellectual storm of words, T.I. did something no one saw coming. He disappeared. No posts. No interviews, no music, no quotes. Just silence. And that silence? It was louder than anything he'd ever said before. The King of the South was gone quiet, and that could only mean one thing: whatever was happening behind the scenes wasn't just bad. It was breaking. For weeks, silence wrapped around the Harris family like fog over an Atlanta skyline. No new posts. No paparazzi smiles. No tiny interviews, no T.I. motivational rants about discipline and dignity. It was eerie, like the whole family had gone into witness protection. Then, out of nowhere, T.I. reappeared, not on Instagram, not in the studio, but on the Big Facts podcast. The man walked in wearing dark shades, no entourage, just that heavy aura of someone carrying more than he's saying. The hosts didn't even have to ask the question. They went straight to it. "Tip, what's going on with King?" T.I. took a long pause. The kind of pause that said he was choosing between peace and truth. Then he finally spoke. "Ain't no playbook for parenting when the whole world watching. My son. He dealing with things money can't fix." The room went dead silent. You could feel the tension vibrating through the microphones. No jokes, no laughter. Just reality hitting like a bass line. T.I. didn't spill details, but what he said next made every headline in America. "He gotta find his own way, man. I taught him everything I could. Now the world teaching him the rest." Boom. There it was. The final truth no PR team could polish. T.I. wasn't protecting his image anymore. He was protecting his heart. And for the first time in years, people felt for him. Twitter threads transformed from memes to empathy. "This man raising his son in the spotlight while trying to stay sane," one tweet read. "You can tell he hurting." Another said, "Forget the fame. That's just a father watching his kid lose himself." And just when it felt like everyone was ready to give the Harris family peace, King struck again. Out of nowhere, he dropped a new freestyle titled "Can't Save Me." No promotion, no rollout, just pure emotion over a haunting beat. The lyrics? They were scorching. Asterisk. "Everybody judging me, they don't know what pain I hide. Daddy trying to fix my soul. But this war ain't inside his eyes." The internet froze. For once, King wasn't trolling. He wasn't flexing. He was confessing. Fans were floored. "Wait, is this an apology or a cry for help?" one comment read. Another said, "This is the first time I actually felt something from King." Even critics had to admit, the boy had SOMETHING shared the track with a simple caption. Proud, hurt, hopeful. 3 words, that was it. No hashtags, no long captions, just raw emotion. The kind only a father who's been through the storm could write. Tiny reposted it too, adding, "Every king gotta fall before he learns how to rule." That line alone turned into a viral quote across Instagram. You could almost hear the collective sigh of fans realizing this wasn't just another scandal. It was a story about growth, pride, and the painful price of fame. But just when peace seemed to finally peek over the horizon, the gossip world did what it always does. It poured gasoline on the ashes. so-called friend of the family, went on a podcast claiming T. I and King had been estranged for weeks after a private blowout. The clip went viral instantly, sparking another round of think pieces. Is T.I. losing his family? Can King rebuild his reputation? The Harris household couldn't even breathe without it being a headline. And that's when T.I. snapped again. He went live one more time, and this time there was no calm, no filter. Just a man tired of being misinterpreted. I'm gonna say this one time, I love my son. Ain't no beef, ain't no fallout. The world just loved to see a black family fight cause it make him feel better about their own dysfunction. He looked directly into the camera, eyes fierce. We gon' be alright. We always been alright. We built from pain. It was powerful, the kind of speech that didn't just silence rumors but inspired an entire community. For once, people weren't laughing, they were listening. And somewhere in that chaos, King started to shift. No more outbursts. No lives, no random rants. Just silence and then slowly progress. Weeks later, fans spotted King performing at a small Atlanta venue, calm, composed, confident. No arrogance, no chaos, just raw energy. And guess who was in the front row? T.I. and Tiny, clapping like proud parents at a school recital. That clip went viral too, but this time for the right reasons. The caption said it all. The Harris family still standing. Suddenly, the internet changed its tune. From dragging to defending, from judging to rooting. You can't cancel family, one fan tweeted. Another wrote, T.I. raised a fighter. He gon' be alright. Even celebrities started chiming in. 50 Cent posted, that boy finding himself, give him space. Boosie commented, that's what real parenting looked like. Charlamagne Thank God said on The Breakfast Club, this might be one of the most honest father-son journeys we've seen in hip-hop. No scripts, just life. And just like that, what started as a scandal became a redemption. ARC, T.I. and King, the duo everyone thought was broken, had turned their pain into a lesson. A reminder that fame doesn't protect you from chaos. And love doesn't make you immune to mistakes. They didn't rebuild their image. They rebuilt their bond. Because behind every viral clip, every argument, every tear, there was still love. A loud, messy, unfiltered love that refused to die under the weight of public opinion. And that's what made the ending hit so hard. In one of the final posts from the family, T.I. shared an old photo, him and King from the family hustle days when everything looked perfect. The caption read, we built from truth. We fall, we rise, we learn. Tiny commented a heart. King reposted it with one word, growth. That's when the internet for once went silent. No jokes. No shade, no theories. Just collective respect. Because this wasn't just another viral moment. It was a rare glimpse of reality in a world addicted to chaos. The same internet that mocked King was now praising his evolution. The same fans who doubted T.I.'s parenting were now calling him Father of the Year. And just like that, the Harris family turned pain into power. But make no mistake, this story ain't over. If there's one thing we've learned from this family, it's that peace in their world is like Wi-Fi in Atlanta traffic, unpredictable, unstable, and always one argument away from dropping. So stay tuned, because in the saga of T.I. and King Harris, today's resolution might just be tomorrow's headline. And that's how the King of the South turned heartbreak into headlines and pain into power. If you made it this far, go ahead and smash that like button like it just disrespected your mama. Because this story had everything: drama, danger, and a father-son plot twist straight out of a Netflix documentary. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment below and tell me what you think. Is T.I. the strong dad holding his empire together? Or is King the misunderstood rebel fighting to break free from his father's shadow? I need to hear your take, cause this one's dividing the internet harder than Nicki and Cardi fans at an award show. And if you thought this was wild, trust me, you haven't seen anything yet. The next scandal brewing in the hip-hop world makes this look like a church picnic. Rumors are flying, receipts are leaking, and someone's about to get caught red-handed. And you already know we'll have the tea first. So don't play yourself. Subscribe and hit that notification bell like it owes you rent. Because here on Trend Tattle, we don't chase gossip. We own it. We break stories before breakfast and spill secrets before they even trend. Stay nosy. Stay legendary. Stay tuned. Because in this world of fame, family, and fallout, peace never lasts long, but the tea? Oh, baby, that stays boiling. This has been Trend Tattle, where the truth drips hotter than Atlanta summers, and the next scandal is always one post away. Post away.